of those wide-open sandbox games like Grand Theft Auto. The problem is, I'm a good girl. I never had so much as a parking ticket, let alone shot a guy and then stolen his hot dog cart. But thanks to Crackdown, now I can kick all the tush I want and know that I'm on the side of good. Join me for an all Crackdown special on Cheat right now. Cheat, the video game show that puts the hurt on the rules. I'm Kristin Holt with a special all Crackdown edition. You're an agent working for, of all things, the agency. Your assignment is to infiltrate and destroy the 3 major crime syndicates currently overrunning Pacific City. Before we go face to face with the underworld overlords, let's walk your beat and get the lay of the land. Welcome to beautiful Pacific City. In our serene coastal oasis, you'll find ample parking, thriving business, and friendly local entrepreneurs.
It's all gone to
Okay, well, maybe it's a fixer-upper. This is the world of Crackdown for the Xbox 360. The populace has descended into chaos. Crime and violence are on the rise, gangs threaten law-abiding citizens, and freaky mad scientists are experimenting on the human genome. In a world like this, law is the only rule that binds the community together and keeps it from falling into madness. The agency has decided to step up and take back the city. After disgracing the scientists that discovered how to modify human genetics, they created you, a genetically enhanced agent with superhuman abilities. All your skills are tracked on the left side of your HUD screen, and while hard work and discipline might pay off for some, you'll be on the constant search for brightly colored orbs to up the ante. Green agility orbs can be found scattered across the rooftops of Pacific City. Foot races and taking enemies out from a high vantage point or in midair can also offer a cornucopia of greenies. Your agility governs your speed and maximum jump height, so grab as many of these as you can. Your strength, explosives, and marksman abilities are all raised simply by killing baddies in each method. This forces you to mix up your fighting style and lets you develop your character along the lines of your specific gaming style. Your driving skill can be ramped up by finishing street races or committing a little vehicular manslaughter. The higher your driving ability gets, the better cars will handle. Plus, once you max out your driving skills, you'll be able to utilize the special features on the agency's vehicles. To aid you in your human cleanup job, the agency has posted supply points all over Pacific City. Once you gain back control of these supply points, you can access weapons and transport to any other supply point you've already unlocked. But a man can't win a war with weapons alone. He needs intel. Periodically, you'll receive dossiers on the gang kingpins and their subordinate generals. Now, you can try and cut the head off the snake right away, but the leader of the pack can easily be weakened by cutting off supplies and manpower through his generals. Each subordinate you take out will raise your probability of success against the head honcho, so take out the foundation first and work your way up. But hold your horses, Agent. You don't have free reign over this town yet. To make sure you keep the collateral damage to a minimum, any civilian deaths will subtract experience points from your respective abilities and will cause the local police force to try and take you down. So grab your steroids, your automatic weapon, and your favorite adult beverage, because you're about to dish out a world of pain. Pacific City, your future is in our hands. Uh-oh. Now that you know a little about Pacific City, it's time to meet the locals. Los Muertos is the first gang you'll encounter. And as you might guess, from a bunch of guys who call themselves the Dead, they're pretty tough customers. But I've got some tricks to help you kick the abondegas out of these walking stereotypes. Taking out the kingpin of a local militia is a multifaceted process. And this early in the game, your arsenal is a bit limited. Focus on grabbing as many weapons as you can from your fallen foes and bring them back to the closest supply point for use in future carnage. Just like any crime syndicate, the Los Muertos have a vast network of generals supporting the head honcho and his hooligans with training, weapons, vehicles, and, motivation. Taking out each one will not only weaken the defenses surrounding Garcia, but also his fellow compatriots. After you've taken out a few low-level enforcers, you'll be briefed about Rafael Diaz, the transportation czar hiding in an arena on the North Island of Los Muertos territory. Spawn in the keep and get a hold of the agency truck cab. Drive this up to Diaz's hideout and circle the arena until a garage door on the far wall opens to reveal the man himself. Drive the truck towards him and hop out so it rolls inside. Staying behind the massive vehicle will give you needed cover through hairy firefights and an easy angle on the general. When he dies, make sure to grab the Harrington HMG and rush it back to a supply point. This is by far the best machine gun in the game, giving you power, ammo capacity, and range all in one black, menacing-looking package. The muscle of Los Muertos is run by a human mountain named Rodrigo Alvarez. His gym by the shore doubles as his hideout, but what the agency doesn't tell you is that he's holding up in a fighting pit in the backyard. Get a high vantage point on the rocks surrounding the gym and take out any bodyguards you can see. When the coast is clear, rush Alvarez with everything you've got, keeping an eye on those explosive projectiles he keeps launching at you. Once he's down, don't forget to grab his Watson Grenadier grenade launcher and rush it back to a supply point. Now you'll be able to send flailing, flaming corpses into the sky to your little heart's content. With your new personal arsenal and all the generals eliminated, it's time to take on the big boy, Garcia himself. His stronghold is located on the northwest coast and is crawling with henchmen. Your agency briefing may direct you to swim into the underground cave, but we found it's easier just to hop up on the side of the house and then make a beeline for Garcia's hiding spot in his bar. The quarters are a bit tight, so grenades and aerial maneuvers may be dangerous. With your HMG and a few well-timed stomps, the head of Los Muertos will fall like a house of cards. Now all you have to do is clean up the mess. It's so hard to find good help these days.
That's right, Los Muertos. That's what you get when you mess with Cheat. Get ready to mix it up Eastern European style with the Volk when Cheat returns after the break. But first, here's a quick cheat to maintain your health.
Although you can level your stamina for extra durability, you may hear that familiar near-death ringing noise in your ear more often than you like. Luckily, most gangster hideaways come complete with cozy nooks and crannies in which you can nurse yourself back to health while easily popping off enemies. But these spots will be of little help if you ignore the dangers of standing near explosives. Warheads and barrels are notorious video game powder kegs, but in Crackdown, even an innocuous-looking box can transform you into a mini Hindenburg.
To Cheat's All Crackdown Special. The Volk is the second of the big crime syndicate running roughshod over Pacific City. Their name is Russian for the wolf, but I don't think it's because they're fans of Duran Duran. Near as I can tell, they only like two things: killing people and borscht.
Meet the Volk, a team of fearsome gangsters hailing from Eastern Europe.
The Volk, the wolf, is a beast to be reckoned with.
This surly mob specializes in explosives and demolitions, so expect to be tossed around in airborne immolation when you enter their dangerous territory. One of the Volk's tougher kingpins is Olga Romanova. Olga was once a champion athlete, but years of muscle-enhancing drugs have left her disfigured and angry. Understandably, this little missy prefers the very private offerings of a mountain cave to the open exposure of the quarry next door, where she's let her minions play happily among the mining machinery and weapons-grade explosives. Olga's a saucy lass with a habit for stockpiling things that go boom really loudly. You might be tempted to play ring and run, but you'll be in for a rather hostile welcome if you mosey through the front door.
Burn, baby, burn.
Ninja stealth is your best bet to infiltrate Olga's lair. Skip the front door and take the long way around the structure, following the nearby highway. Jump up to the platform marked by a perplexing billboard for horse perfume. The mountain face may appear normal, but it hides a handy secret. Jump up to catch a hidden ledge and shimmy to the left until you find yourself under a cave portal marked by a hidden orb. Here, jump up to the ledge to begin your great spelunking adventure. This route will allow you to avoid the great majority of enemies protecting Olga's rocky hideout. Dispatch the few enemies loitering outside the cave and make your way to the left where you'll find the entrance to her nook. Like every good rocky hideout, this lair is full of explosives, so your best bet at clearing out Olga's bodyguards is to toss a few grenades and rockets inside. After After the fireworks, head in and take care of the rabble. As always, the surest way of defeating Olga is a few swift kicks to the solar plexus. Sergei Romanova, another member of the Volk team, is one of Crackdown's most unique bosses. In this battle, specific actions must be taken before he's completely accessible, because this little man's protected by indestructible windows. That's right, you can toss cars like pennies, but a humble window is impenetrable. There are no neighboring buildings to help you access Sergei's complex, so start from one of the orange drums at the exterior wall. Work your way to the scaffold that faces the central building, where Sergei waits for his lead-sprayed destiny. Destroy the console by any means necessary. A shot from your rocket launcher will do best. This will set a chain of explosives that flush Sergei to a higher floor. Run to the warehouse behind the stronghold and hop inside. Here, you won't have to worry about as many enemies, and you can do away with the few on each floor with relative ease. Destroy the consoles on the middle and roof floors to flush the creamy center out of this little house's brittle candy shell. Hop on over to give Sergei his last rites. With these pesky mobsters out of the way, you're well on your way to a Volk-free city.
Whoa, I don't mean to be catty, but that Olga Romanova could use a lady Bic here and there, you know what I'm saying? I'll show you how to easily earn achievement points when Cheat's Crackdown special returns, but first, here's a quick cheat to keep you off the streets.
Are you constantly gunned down at street level? Then head to the rooftops as often as possible. Here you can pick off tiny baddies prowling the heights. Keeping close to the clouds is a good way to clear out a few problem enemies before you enter a mobster stronghold. With enough patience, sometimes even a boss will be brazen enough to show his face. This way, you can eliminate your target without sullying a single toe by stepping into the various dens of iniquity.
Welcome back to Cheat's All Crackdown Special. Like any good sandbox game, Crackdown offers loads of opportunity to rack up the achievement points. And like any good cheater, I found the easiest ways for you to do just that.
Not quite satisfied with eliminating crime bosses? Looking to spend a little more quality time in beautiful Pacific City? Well, then why not pad your resume with some unlocked achievements, soldier? Unlocking the multitude of achievements in this game not only adds to your gamer score and nerd-boasting quotient, but they also help you level up some of your abilities. Each achievement will give you points towards agility, driving skill, firearms, or explosive abilities.
Your skills will improve as you pursue a range of activities, Agent.
Want to get high? Well, there's no place higher in this town than the top of the agency tower. Once your agility is maxed out, you can use the windows and scaffolding to scale to the top of the spire for the High Flyer achievement. That means extra agility points. Next, do your best triple gainer off the edge and into the water to get the base jumper achievement and another agility boost. Now, we know that raising your driving ability can be a bit boring. I mean, those races aren't exactly appealing. So if you're looking for another more entertaining way to hasten your getaway, how about vehicular manslaughter? Spawn in the keep and grab the agency supercar. Once you're out of the gate, just start running over any gang member you see, doing your best to avoid any innocent civilians. Keep this up, and death squads will start coming your way, giving you an almost endless supply of human roadkill. After you scrape the scalps off your windshield and have maxed out your driving skills, you can now use the agency SUV to its fullest acrobatic ability. Try jumping off any bridge at high speed to pull off quick flips and barrel rolls for points. But to get the big achievements like front flipper, you'll have to set up a ramp truck for maximum height. Perform them all, and you'll be awarded the stunt driver achievement for your lack of concern for public safety. The toughest driving achievements we found were hazardous hang time and driving high. For these, we suggest you make your way to the northern island of the Los Muertos territory. Follow this path up the hill, past the supply point, and look for the straight shot over a cliff. Slam on the gas and launch yourself into the air with the B button at just the right moment for maximum height and hang time. Okay, enough driving. For some quick, easy gamer points, climb back to the top of Wang Tower and throw one of the lampposts as far as you can for a distance of 205 feet. You've just earned the Shot Putter achievement. You still want more? More gamer points, more carnage, more explosions? All right, we got you covered. Make your way into a large intersection. Start kicking over cars and piling them up in the middle. If they land on their roof or on their side, the civilians will get out on their own so that you don't have to kill them. Smart move, guys. When you've gotten about 15 cars in the pile, try to put a smaller one on the top. To get the Car Juggler achievement, target the top car, toss in a few cluster grenades, and shoot homing missiles at the aerial auto. Now quit bugging me about your stunt driving and massive explosions so I can get back to killing people with my rubber ducky.
I was gonna bring sexy back, but somebody beat me to it. So I'm doing the next best thing, bringing the cheat sheet back. Visit g4tv.com/cheats for over 15,000 tips and tricks and codes covering every platform since the Atari 2600. We'll meet the Shai-Gen syndicate when Cheat returns right after the break. But first, here's a handy quick cheat for when you're fighting mano a mano.
Expert marksmanship and oversized explosions may seem like the best ways to subdue your enemies, but some baddies call for something a little more hands-on. Often a good old-fashioned slap fight is the most efficient way to defeat a kingpin. Worried about catching a few bullets while you're beating a baddie? As long as your Crackdown saves as soon as a boss is vanquished, even if you find yourself visiting that big sandbox in the sky, all that hard work will pay off.
Your ineptitude is embarrassing.
Welcome back to Cheat's All Crackdown Special. So far, you've met 2 of Pacific City's 3 crime syndicates, the Latin American Los Muertos and the Eastern European Volk. Hope you still got some fight left in you, because here come the Shai-Gen.
You may be allowed to conquer Pacific City's warring factions in any order you please, but you'd be crazy to go up against the Shai-Gen without some serious previous experience in organized crime ass-kicking. This most sophisticated of gangs, helmed by a Pai Mei lookalike, runs amok in the corridor, striking fear in the most hardened of hearts. In order to work your way to the Shai-Gen Kingpin, you'll have to go through Axton Cowl first. Here you can stop worrying about the small-time crooks. Clearing out the entire ground floor is like fighting a land war in Asia. At most, toss a few grenades in the front door to make things interesting. Charge through to the back of the room where the elevator awaits. It'll whisk you away from the quagmire and offer a great view for the maddening wait. Next, work your way through the circular paths to the top where you can perch behind a barrier and pick off the immediate threats. Then, hop up the side of the building, jump to the dome at the top, and work your genetically modified magic on Cal. He won't last long. With Axton down, it'll be easier to take down the game's most formidable kingpin.
And the Shai-Gen's enigmatic Wang.
The Shai-Gen's what?
Wang is Pacific City's most prominent yet enigmatic inhabitant.
Well, that's a relief. Despite his laughable moniker, Wang's the toughest kill in Pacific City. He resides at the tippy top of a very tall, very fortified tower.
Your chance of success is slim, Agent.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, annoying disembodied voice. You can try knocking on the front door, but as soon as you're spotted, the doors will close. But this can be solved with a simple grenade. Inside, you'll encounter a cavalcade of resistance. You could fight your way through the cannon fodder, but in Crackdown, there's always a better way. Start out from the nearest supply point and hop over to the neighboring building. Get a running start and catapult yourself to the glowing oval building that neighbors Wang's tower. Leapfrog up until you get to a platform. Kill the sightseer and hop across to the isolated spot where you can jump to the roof. Fling yourself onto the tower and climb to the first platform. The entrance here allows you to circumvent miles of angry martial arts experts. Run up the stairs and clear out the room above, the one with the weird contemporary art installation. Scale the massive golden tubes in the center of the room. Once you've reached the platform, run up another level and leapfrog from chime to chime to get to the catwalk on the opposite side. Run up these stairs and stop to take a breather in the storage space on the next floor that's devoid of enemies. The next set of rooms is relatively easy to clear. Recover your health on the stairs in the back and then head to the rooftop for the ultimate Shai-Gen firefight. First, take care of the stooges in the garden. You'll take fire from Wang's bodyguards up top, so dive for cover in the enclosed area. You can take out Wang's muscle with a few guided rockets. Keep your eyes peeled for the enemies that spew out of the central rooms. With no one to protect him, Wang will whimper incessantly. Fire on him with your rocket launcher from the top of the gazebo to seal the deal.
Is only the beginning.
With those final death gurgles and the silencing of the Shai-Gen's last gasp for life, the streets of Pacific City will finally be clean. But you'd be a fool to think that that's the last you'll hear of this story. Something tells me there'll be gangsters to assassinate, strongholds to penetrate, and buildings to scale for as long as there are gaming dollars to be spent.
As the sun sinks slowly in the west, the good people of Pacific City can sleep peacefully knowing that you're there to put the hurt on the bad guys. If you missed any of these tricks, visit us on the web at g4tv.com/cheat. You can sound off on the forums while you're there, or write to us at cheat@g4tv.com. Until next time, I'm Kristin Holt, and you've been cheating.